live here on what is probably one of the most beautiful days we've ever had for tennis. It is senior day, and we have two very, very amazing seniors playing in this matchup. Luke Berger and Jaden Lewis, two of the most exceptional tennis players I think I've ever had the privilege to watch play. These guys know how to wrap up their business in this game, and they do it with such exceptionality that I don't think you could find a closer comparison than those two. Obviously, we'll start out with our doubles as always. I'm Ian Dumas from Topspin Tennis. It is a sunny day right here in Angelica Park, Reading. We'll be faced off against York College, who is similarly looking to take away a win here today. And the wind is blowing. York College has brought themselves a full roster for this game, and there are many men up over Alvernia on this one. Alvernia with the four-man group today. KO not able to make it out for play, but they're going to make do, and they're going to try to settle things here quickly. That leaves Lewis, Berger, McDowell, and Briz boys. The French Canadians coming out again, but Briz boys. And, highlighting the seniors today, Jaden Lewis. Perfect record was finally broken against Albright this past Saturday at the YMCA in Sinking Spring. The singles, and then as for the doubles, Berger and Lewis finally end their reign of terror over other clubs with a similar loss. Looking to bounce back from the lackluster performance against Albright here on senior day. And what will be Berger and Lewis's last voyage here in Angelica Park before they graduate. They've been at it together for 4 years, and they've been playing singles, doubles, whatever, for the last 4 years together. And you're just going to notice a lot of chemistry from these two. There's nothing else to say about it, all right? There's Lewis. He tends to finish his singles up pretty quickly. I don't think he likes to wait around for anybody. You know what? I could get with that and respect it. As a side note, beyond the senior day, as this is their last home game, let's focus on where they're going next. They got a date with Stevenson in Maryland, not far from here. I think it's in the middle of spring break. They're going to go to Stevenson. Good luck on the away game there, guys. And then their last voyage will be an away game versus Messiah College. Yeah, Messiah College. What am I saying? So I just kind of touch upon the X factors for today's game. So what is there to look at? Well, Lewis and Berger, right? Two of the most chemistry-based players I think I've ever seen. Singles, doubles, no matter where they're practicing or what they're playing, they do it all well. And, jump at the bit. That's their thing. They got to jump at the bit. Berger has got to find his comeback game again. Didn't have in the last game. He won the first match in what was a rare occasion for that guy. Lewis, in a rare occasion, also dropped his singles. But I mean, you know, for two guys who have been great throughout their entire careers, you can't drop them for just one game. And you can't count them out either. They play full matches. What's the goal here for the Spartans? Well, stick together, hold the line. Pretty much anything that I think you would hear a Spartan say. Our match is intended to start at 3:30, so we'll get back to you by that point when we hit that official time. start themselves out today with the doubles, then proceed to move on to the singles. Should be a good doubles match here. Lewis and Berger always put on a show, and their opponents have always been exceptional on the own end. Meanwhile, Brisbois and McDowell trying to find their game here in the doubles. They did in the game against Eastern. And also in the game against Hood. Now looking to hopefully take it from York. That's what might expect a lot of the action here today. Focused on the two men who are playing their last match here, Berger and Lewis. And they should be at the court closest to my camera, so already a good sign there for me and being able to capture, this. Guess you could call it once in a lifetime sort of occasion to watch these two kind of finish off their last game here at home. Looks like no, they'll actually put Brisbois and McDowell on this side. Of course, they'll still have the main coverage of Berger and Lewis. Lewis off to serve first for Alvernia. And first blood there for York on that matchup. Berger just couldn't turn it in time. That's not a bad sign. Lewis is going to go for a second. See if they can clutch up a point. Brisbois getting one over the line. And Berger, a beautiful one set in. He's going to bring the game level as far as this first round between these two go. It seems like they're just kind of warming up. You'll see that throughout the match. They'll probably get a lot faster, and skill will get a lot more intense. Keep an eye out on, of course, Lewis. Lewis is probably one of the best strategic tennis minds I've ever seen. And Brisbois tried to draw some blood from that point. Just couldn't quite do so. But back on Lewis, such a strategic mind. He can read plays so well. Looks like Berger's going to have to read a lot of the plays, trying to play it close to him. Lewis will go for a second try at that serve. He gets it over the line that time. And that one, beautiful by Berger right there. Trying to get it back over. He just had it. That one went out. And a good read by Lewis there to not take the bait and keep the match going. York's turn for the serve, and that first one just caught Berger and Lewis off guard. Gunning it for their 32nd career win. They're 31-13 right now as a 4-year record. I mean, that's pretty good. And Berger couldn't quite turn it on that last one. It looks like if Lewis and Berger right now want to get it done, they need to get it done on the serving side, because they haven't been able to quite get those reads. Berger calling that one out. They'll go again. Serve. That time able to get just over the line. There was York, and a beautiful play. Able to bring it just a little bit over the line and force them to try to elevate that ball. They couldn't quite get the elevation on that one. And that's going to force a point in Alvernia's way for the Berger and Lewis match. And Berger's so close to keeping that one on the line. Just tad bit out on that last one. That ball went all the way over. Berger and Lewis prepare for the next serve to come in. Gets over the line. Berger calls it out. Yeah, stick that landing zone. Just not able to do so in the last couple of serves. That's going to turn the balls over to, should be Berger serving now. Yep. That's where the game should get good with Lewis up in front. He can really use his reading ability to turn plays. So we'll see what effect he goes and uses that. Berger with the first serve. And that one's out of play. A good first blood there by Berger on his first official serve of the game. Sends that one in, and York couldn't quite hit the landing zone. That one by York might have just stuck the landing zone, barely. That's a good play. Those things are, I mean, that's really hard to go and take a heavy serve like that and place it in the landing zone. But Berger able to crowd that last one. He'll have to do it again. And a good read by Lewis to stick it in the landing zone and take the point. And that's the good reads that we were talking about. He can just read the game so well. And, you know, he has great ball placement. And meanwhile, in the Briz Boys McDowell match, a ball just sent to the other court. How do you know? Back and forth they go, and I think that one might have skidded the line out of here and calling out, although I got the wind up here. Really interfering with my ears. Although McDowell gets a nice one. Steps aside and lets it just fall out of place. That's going to rob them a point. Not much work on that one. And couldn't quite get a hold of it. York did. Berger's serve pays off. And it looks like, yeah, this is the formation that they probably want to end up playing if they want to win. They want Lewis out in front and Berger in the back. And they're probably looking forward for Berger to be serving. That one was vicious there by York. Oh, and Briz Boys, my God, Briz Boys couldn't quite corral that one back over the line and into the landing zone. You know, got enough on the target, just sent it up and out. That one's out. Berger had a good serve on that one. And Lewis and Berger should rob a couple more there after the incredible play. Briz Boys and McDowell need rest here. Right now not getting scorched, but are falling behind in the count, I believe. I don't have an angle to kind of see it, but Berger's back out in front. Lewis calls it out. He knew that ball was going out. And another one that just doesn't quite hit the landing zone there for York. Berger and Lewis escape with a free point. My goal looks like it says 2-2 for Briz Boys and McDowell. I also say 2-1 though. Serve again. This time McDowell's not able to get it onto the landing zone. Thought he might have had it, but placement just wasn't there. And Berger calling that one out. Or I should say Berger calls that one out. Called it out right then and there. Berger calling another one out, and this is taken away from the skill that probably will be in these matchups. These both these duos are exceptional when playing. Just a couple of bad bounces. Really stalling out what might be a really exceptional game here. That last play just too high, set out. As Berger and Lewis look to make a recovery. And that one sent just high, not able to get over. Lewis and Berger walking away with a free point. There was a couple of good ones there. It looks like Lewis and Berger able to win that doubles. Briz Boys and McDowell still trying to fight in their game, it looks like. Or it looks like actually they might be just done with the first round. I don't know. They shook hands, though. Nope, they're done, yep. So, looks like Berger and Lewis went 32-13 in their career. Now, Briz Boys and McDowell looking for their potential third doubles win. It's not quite going according to plan right now. Well, they've had a couple of good plays to try to salvage. And the wind interfering with a lot of the sticking of the landing zones. It's been on and off all day, with gusts coming in and out. Briz Boys gets away with one. That one was out. And another one that goes out, and that time they're able to rob the point. And what was an absolutely beautiful play right there. Able to get the racket out in front, just get it back over the line and force them to make a quick play. You got to give York College even a glimpse of credit. The Spartans for even trying to return that ball. And once again, a whole lot of factors interfering with sticking the landing zones here today. That one's just a really good serve by York. McDowell just not very good in the back area. In this match, got to move him up front, see how he does now. That ball gets over the line. Brought down, and beautiful play there. Briz Boys able to get that one over the net and down into the landing zone, and a nice small double bounce there to nab the point. And we'll see if that sparks a little bit of a comeback here. I'm going to need to recover from that. Lewis returning the ball that went over the fence. Seems like in this doubles matchup, a lot of them are going over the fence. With McDowell's first serve coming here. And a beautiful play by Briz Boys there to intercept and send it right down and out. He was able to stick it right in the landing zone in a spot where neither of the gents from the other team were. And, you know, they're almost going to catch you flat-footed and dumbfounded. McDowell prepares for his serve. Not able to quite get it across was York. And now with, I think it's a school record, 32-13 there for Berger and Lewis in the 4-year doubles work together. 45 total doubles matches. I mean, you probably play, what, 50 maybe in your NCAA career. A little bit more if you get a couple more games in, but as that one's called out there by McDowell. But, you know, to pull off a 70%, winning rate over your career as a team speaks to the chemistry and the volume that these two kind of have when they play. There's such a depth and science to their play that I don't think many of their opponents can quite get a pass. But they run such a good system here with the aggressive first blood plays by Berger and just the calm reads by Lewis. You combine a very aggressive go-get-it player with someone as passive and intelligent as Lewis, and it makes for, I guess, what you could call almost a superstar team, right? I know obviously don't do X factors in tennis, but if there were a college tennis, those two would definitely be getting an X factor on that one. They've just shown it throughout their whole careers. After the good recovery there by Brisbois and McDowell, able to kind of come back and clutch up a couple. Looking to keep that one going for the next couple as York starts to serve. That one's a miscue right there. I won't quite get over the net. Got to get a little bit higher. That time a nice jump, able to just get over the net, and that one was shotgunned out. I mean, that one whizzed by like a bullet. What a heavy return there from Brisbois, and if that sticks to landing zone, that's gonna catch any opponent off guard. Should be just about past the 4 o'clock hour here. We are about the 4 o'clock hour, just about past. The bell's tolling in the background here. And Brisbois, no need to go after that one. Hits the net, and that's going to be a free point right there. They're going to swap now with McDowell up in front. Brisbois in the back. And that one goes out. Good call there from the back. Whoever called that one. Good on McDowell and Brisbois not to go after it. That's going to nab them another freebie on the points. And put them on their way to winning the game. They right now lead by 1. And that time the serve just not quite up to point. They're going to go at it again. This time it crosses the line. And that one goes out. Nice play there by York. Even better play by McDowell, and then they do a nice finish. Briz boys went to get it, just couldn't get the racket on the ball in time. And as most of their matches have gone, they're heating up here at the end, both of the teams. But that's normally how it is in the Briz boys McDowell matches. Them and their opponents heat up right at the very end of the matches. That one goes out. That's when you start to see the exceptional play. Coach Figarelli giving his coaching talk, trying to get his boys ready. Nice serve there by Briz boys. You know, I like the aggressive go-get manner. Let's see if he can get over the net this time with the same tenacity. This time he goes for a little bit of a softer serve just to stick the landing, and not able to stick the landing on that one. They say close, but not quite. Famous last words. Not for these guys. They're got a little bit more runway to go to work with on this. Do Briz boys and McDowell. I thought for a second Duncan might lose the hat. I was like, oh. Something never seen before. That one. The serve that he probably wanted, just couldn't fully stick the landing, so he calls that one out. As this match continues on, beautiful point there from the duo from York. Once again, I'd like to give a shout out to the seniors here today. Briz boys and McDowell are not those seniors, but they're just having a really interesting matchup right now. Berger and Lewis, who you'll see standing off in the distance, we're going to quick go away from this matchup to give them their recognition. Well deserved. Now 32-13 on the doubles. Wave high, guys. You're on camera. You know, should be, hopefully it's a good senior day for those two. They got the doubles match, so they should already be feeling pretty good about that, but nice to see a clutch up on singles. See what Coach Figarelli says to try to get his guys back in their game. Had a nice rhythm before that last set. Now they got to try to refine it. The exciting thriller here that has been the Briz boys McDowell match. Getting ready for the serve here is York. First one didn't quite go according to plan. that time get a little bit higher, they say we're going to get it over. I think that one might have just not been able to quite stick the landing zone. And now Brisbois and McDowell going to swap up their formation here. Put Brisbois out in front and McDowell in the back. McDowell's ball to play, that one out of the zone. They're going to swap it up again. Hopefully try to find some running room here that works. That one's out. Sorry about the glitch there for a second. Notification. I do this on my phone, so if there is any technical difficulties, it'll be because I gotta tend to those. And McDowell and Brisbois one away from falling out in this duos here in the doubles, I should say. Call them duos. Doubles. First serve doesn't go their way. McDowell and Brisbois going to need a good recovery here if they want to keep it going. Right there, that's going to double fault, and they're going to have to swap up their formation here and see what they can do. Well, actually, sorry, they won't swap up their formation here. They're going to go at it again. That one was out. McDowell called it instantly. And not able to quite stick those last couple of landing zones and get it where they want. York's going to have to find a way to stick it here. Another miss serve. Brisbois and McDowell waiting. And they played it. So things will keep going. I was worried that might have been out. Brisbois. And the communication between him and McDowell, though, really keeping them alive in that game and, help out the chemistry. So they're going to split on the doubles here today as far as the ones that they've played. McDowell and Brisbois putting up quite a good fight. Lewis and Berger taking care of business, going 32-13 now throughout their doubles career. Now you move over to the singles. I'm hoping they try to keep the seniors here on this court and don't split them up. We'll see, though. Before we get the next set of action started here, 4 singles matchups. All courts will be in use for this. And this is a territory where things get a little bit more complicated as some of these matches can drag on. For Lewis, he doesn't want to take the match on too long, finish off his opponent quick. For Berger, right? If you have to go for the comeback, don't lose focus on the prize right there. Just keep the patience and the system that you had going. For Brisbois, remember that aggressive first blood drawn sort of play that you have. And that's for McDowell, right? Break the game down. Once again, without KO today is Alvernia, only fielding a 4-man team here. they prepare to move the singles matchups into their positions. Presumably, Coach Figarelli trying to work out where the heck he wants to move all of his guys. And it looks like they will keep Berger and Lewis here. As they get ready. I'm presuming that Berger has now started things off. Unless they're doing a quick warm-up here for the singles. Looks like they got things started off already. Lewis taking the first point. So they're running 3 singles, not 4. Looks like Dow's day is done. That one called out on Lewis. Lewis able to take a point there. Nice play. Berger about to face the serve. Good return by him. Unfortunately, that was out before he could even receive the ball. Lewis just got tripped up there on the last read. Wasn't quite able to get there in time. Looks like Berger's through his first. Sorry, looks like Berger's about to start. I'm thinking, I can't tell actually. This guy's taking off his pants. That one out. Lewis gonna escape with a free point on that. Normally the first to start and finish his matches in singles. He's infamous for it. Last play called out. Couldn't quite get the racket on that ball. Enough force with it. And that's going to be a Lewis point. Berger receiving quick instructions from Coach Figarelli there. Berger calls that last ball out. Lewis getting ready for his serve. Sticks the landing zone. And that time, opponent just didn't have enough speed to get over there. Jay and Lewis will swap sides. Calls that one out. Now force another serve. Had to go a little bit softer. That another one out. Says Lewis. And Lewis gets it again. Nice read by Lewis. He's keeping that play going. That one falls just out. Play there for York. And now it's Lewis's turn to serve. Lewis currently in the lead. And won't expect no different with him. And another good play on the last one. Just able to send it somewhere where his opponent cannot reach. Don't have to travel a mile there, buddy. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it back and forth all the time. You know, they're really exceptional. They're really fast, all of them. It's a hard sport to play, and watching Berger and Lewis, two seniors here today on senior day, you know, just pull their business through play after play is it's a sight to see. And Berger having a nice back and forth. Same with Lewis. That's Lewis not able to quite corral it. And Berger didn't need to go after that one. Hit the net. Lewis in a nice back and forth with his opponent. Not able to quite elevate that ball. Nice plays by Berger. Briz boys, looking on his match, he made a nice attempt at a recovery there. It didn't quite go, but man, is that guy athletic. Lewis, his serve goes in. Opponent couldn't quite read it. The racket just did not connect. He's going to go again. And whenever you watch Lewis play, it doesn't even look like it's strain on him. He makes it look so easy, every move that he does. His tennis IQ is just stiff calculation every single time. And that one's out. Lewis is going to escape with that one. Berger's still in his volley. And, oh, ball went just under the racket. Wasn't able to quite get the return there. You know, you got to focus on Brisbois a little bit here. Got to respect it. The guy can play from a ways away and do his business from there. Right now, Lewis looks utterly dominant. Last play, Berger just not able to quite do his magic on that one. Gonna try it this time as he gets ready to serve. Lewis. So anyway, falling behind the count 3-2. Had a couple dominant plays though. And Lewis, no need to go after that one. Hits the net. He's going to get a point on that. Brisbois is going to need a quick return here. Able to stick the landing. Lewis calling that one out. Brisbois is able to stick the landing. I mean, I don't focus on the Berger or Lewis matches, but this guy's incredible. Ball's all the way in the back, and he's moving all the way back there to get it. Good return there by Lewis. Able to place that ball perfectly. Not able to quite get the elevation on that was Lewis. That one goes out. And another beautiful play by Berger to trip up his opponent. stuck it in a court there, Berger did, just not the right one. Oh, and Lewis could not get it on the jump. About to see a moment that I don't think you would ever see again in tennis right there. Coach Bigarelli making the necessary scoreboard changes. To especially it looks like it's 4-3 right now, which would put Lewis behind. Lewis calls the first one out. Berger's serve comes in. He's looked utterly dominant through his matches. That one sticks to landing zone. Not quite there for Lewis's match, though. That one's just out, so he's going to get a point on that one. Good for him. The senior's looking to go 4-1 this year on the singles. And Berger's looking for a potential split. Or a potential at a split, excuse me. He'll be one game behind. like Berger's first round's up. Looks like he clinched up on it. He needs one more. He'll need one more of those rounds to win. Lewis calls that one out. He prepares to serve. Lewis got the most previous point. He gets another one right there. And Berger all over every one of his opponent's returns. I mean, it looks like a no contest out there. That move right there by Berger proved otherwise. Wasn't able to quite get the ball off the stick with enough force to cross, but another great play by Lewis. Able to crowd that ball down and in, and just sets up for something nice and fierce by him. Able to stick the landing on that last one. Both coaches trying to will their players through it. First serve doesn't quite go his way, pulls out another. That time for something softer, and Lewis escapes with another point. No matter what they serve to Lewis, they just can't be cracked. There's the sun. There it is. Good read by Lewis not to go after it. Did not stick the landing zone. Berger is in quite the matchup right now. And he has looked dominant throughout. Looks like Lewis took his first match. I mean that correct? I think that says 6-4. Oh, don't hold me to that. I can't quite see the scoreboard from here. It looks like he might have taken the first one 6-4. Nice backhand, just couldn't stick the zone there from the opponent facing Berger at York. From York. Wow. I gotta say, that's some skill. Lewis preparing for his second round. Lewis sends in the serve to start the new round. Looks like that one might have just gone out. He's going to try again. This time he's able to stick the landing. Berger calls that ball out. Lewis prepares for his next serve. And couldn't quite get it over. Couldn't quite get his racket on time there. Lewis could, but Berger has a shot potentially at... Oh, and he sends it just off to the side there. Instead of going straight. Berger had a chance at a pretty sly move there to win it. Or win the point, I should say. incredible feat of display out here by Lewis and his opponent. Lewis able to walk away with that one off a miscue to send it in from York. Just couldn't quite hit the landing zone.